All right, this is like the best part, right? The best video is the last one because that means you're almost done. Then you can jump back into that book or the TV show or whatever it is you do when you're not doing math. Maybe it's a sports. Hopefully you're not watching this during a game. That'd be kind of weird. Anyways, 8 more questions and we're good to go. So 25, I need F, which is some of y'all's grades. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good joke, good joke. Y'all are missing these if you're not watching this. Okay, I want an F. Here's an F. And I'm just kidding. I don't even know. I don't keep up with y'all's grades. Hopefully everybody has an A. That's the goal, right? So here, I want F, which means I need to get rid of 6. So I'm going to just write the other side of my equation because I don't need to move any of this. Now, if I had 6 times F, what's the opposite of times? If you said it out loud, you're probably a dork, but that's okay. You're awesome. It is divide. So remember, I already have a fraction. Anything divided just goes on the bottom. And, you know, it kind of looks funny to put numbers after letters, so I'm just going to write it in front. Okay? That moves the 6. And then I'm left with F equals, and then my fraction. And I'm done with that one. And I get to go to the next one. Okay. 26. I need to get X all by itself. Poor little X. All right, there's X. So I need to move this negative, which is really just flipping the signs, right? I need to move this negative 2, or minus 2, same thing. So I'm going to start with my other side of the equation. Okay. And then working my way backwards, instead of minus 2, I'm going to write plus 2. And so just to show you how this little flipping action works, because it's really cool, pretty neat trick. So let's just say I move the 2, it's plus 2, right? And then I bring down minus x. If I want to change that negative to a positive, because I don't want a negative x, because who wants to be negative? That's just bad outlook on life. I want to be a positive, optimistic person. So to be a positive x, you change this sign, so you flip it, but then you also flip every other sign, which this becomes a negative. Okay? So if you wanted to rewrite it, you could. So I do x. So instead of negative, that one became plus, that one became plus, and that one became minus. That would be my answer. So again, if you end up with a negative letter, you can simply just flip all the signs, and that's the answer. Okay, so we're good. No dividing necessary. Okay, I want x. X is at top. I need to get rid of this 12 and the y. So I'm going to start with z. Z is such a cool letter, right? Or it just got left behind, that's why it's the last one. I don't know. Things that you will never find out. So I need to get rid of these two, or not, I'm sorry, not get rid of, move. I need to move them. I'm not getting rid of anything. So instead of divided by y, when I move it, it becomes times y, or multiply. And then 12 times x, right? 12x is 12 times x. Instead of times, I'm going to divide by 12. And then I'm left with just equals x. You know, I was thinking about these boxes and how I made the terrible joke earlier of how I leave a hole in it for air so the letters don't die and they can breathe. That made me think of Schrodinger's cat, which then, I don't know why, I just thought of, well, maybe I should box these letters in and I can have Schrodinger's letters. You don't know if the letters are alive or dead until you open the box. But then I thought letters aren't living anyway, so that's a stupid thing to say. So, number 28, moving on. I need to solve for x. I have to move 2 and negative y. Ooh, negative y, that's cool. I mean, maybe they're in a bad mood and that's why they're negative. I don't know. So I'm going to start with z. So I have z. Work my way backwards. Instead of minus y or negative y, I'm going to do plus y. Oh, look, They turn their life around. They're positive. Okay, I should just stop with the terrible jokes. They don't work. All right, so I moved the y. Now, I need to move the 2. So it's 2 times x. So instead of times, it's divided by. And then I'm just left with x. And that's what I'm looking for is my answer. Isn't that always what you're looking for? You're just always looking for the answer. Because who keeps going after they find the answer, right? Once you find the answer, you stop. So why do people say, oh, I'm just looking for the answer? Well, duh, that's what anybody's going to do. You're not just going to look for the answer plus 5 more steps. There's nothing else to do. Wow. Okay. See, it's like you have these epiphanies while you do math. It's crazy. So I need to solve for a. Ooh, look at that. A is on the bottom. Now, if you remember from earlier, I did say if your letter is on the bottom of a fraction, really the trick is the shortcut, which I already showed you the mathematical part. But the shortcut is really, it just switches places. So the A comes up here, and this side, the whole thing, comes down here. So if I write A over here, I'm going to do 3B, and then my G is now where my A was. That is my answer, and I don't know what kind of A that is. But that's it. The A and the G just switch places, and I move on to number 30. Because I want to hurry up and get this homework done so I can go outside and play. Or whatever you do when you're at home. Okay, I want to solve for A. Look, A is on the bottom again. Hey, I can do the trick I just showed you. It's amazing. It's like magic. You can go tell people, I'm a magician, but only with letters on paper. That's it. I don't know any card tricks. Can't make you disappear. Don't ask me. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing though, right? The A is going to move over here. And remember how I said it switches places with the other side? That means everything on that side, like the whole side, like all of it, not part of it. So if the A comes over here, I'm going to do the P plus the N, like all of it is going to go over here, okay? So look, I'm going to have negative 1 over P plus N. All of it has to move. And then the A is over here by itself, and I have finished. That's it. Maybe I should use a ruler to make my lines straight. Or maybe I don't care that much about straight lines, because that's not the important part. It's the answer. Okay, I need X. Ooh, look. X is right in the middle, on the bottom. Ooh, it's on the bottom. But look, what we've been doing, right? If X is, or whatever letter, if it's on the bottom, I switch it with whatever's on the other side. That means X will move over here, and then my G will move over here. Now, I've had people ask me this question, so I'm just going to let you know. Because I'm looking for X only, I don't want anything else, I'm only going to move X. I don't want to move the other stuff, because if you move it, you have to just move it right back. Okay? So X comes over here, equals, and then my G can just take the place of X, right? They switch places. Literally just switch. It's like Freaky Friday with G and X, right? If you've seen that movie. Any version of that movie, because there's a bunch. So look, instead of 4xd, I have 4gd because G and X switch places. That is it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm on to the last one. And I just rhymed, and I wasn't intending on doing that, so I apologize. If you hate rhyming, it's okay. Last question. Y'all should be so excited if you're still watching. If you're not, you probably already finished or just guessed and wrote in answers. And so who cares, right? Anyways, X. Oh, see, I got y'all with this one. This one looks complicated because there's a ton of stuff. But look, if I'm just trying to find X, there's X. The only one thing I have to move is this minus 3. Because look, all this is on the other side of the equation. I don't have to move it. But I will go ahead and start with that. So I'm going to start with the other side. Write all of this first. Okay? Now I want x, so instead of minus 3, I'm just going to go over here and put plus 3. That moves that, and I'm just left with x equals. Crazy, right? Crazy like Gnarls Barkley. CeeLo Green. Anyways, that's it for literal equations. If you're still confused, I totally understand. This is very different. And if this, for whatever reason, happens to be the first video you watched, that's probably why. Go watch the other ones. That might help. Or you can always come ask me for help, or somebody at home, or a friend, or I don't know where else. But yeah, if you have questions, let me know.